It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, so
I'm
let's
on
start with
60.
Tottenham versus Arsenal. Okay, let me go first because you guys don't seem as if you want to go first. Landlord, especially the landlord. Yeah, and you also write a first, Joe. So yeah, I have to say what I got from Tottenham is exactly what I was expecting. But Arsenal were just okay. I expected that from Arsenal as well, but it was just too poor. I'm sure from now on we won't be previewing any of their games because they're not a big team anymore because we concentrate on the big teams, right? It's just a question. Yeah, maybe we don't have to talk about Arsenal anymore because they're so bad. But I wanted to ask you guys, have you seen a better duo in the Premier League era that's as good as Harry Kane and Son?
Like all
I think.
time?
Yeah.
JT and Lampard.
No, but then they're not scoring the goals. We have to talk about the guys who are scoring the goals. Okay, Nigel, what do you think?
Okay.
I think in terms of players up front, I think ability-wise, I mean, both players having so much ability, I don't think so. Recently, I think of Dzeko and Aguero that one season or so. Can also throw in Thierry Henry and he's number 10 there when he had what's his name? The guy who did the turning thing.
No, Beckham,
exactly. Yeah, those are the ones that those are the ones that come, to the top of my head. But I don't think ability-wise there's been both players having such ability is ridiculous.
Guys, there's literally a duo in the Prem right now that you're like avoiding.
Who's that?
Come on, are we gonna forget the team that won the league? Are we gonna forget the Mane and Salah duo?
No, but those are mostly like a trident with the never scoring Firmino.
Yeah, but like even if you like Firmino, even when he wasn't performing, they were still a fire duo, Like I don't know, that's the first one that comes into my mind currently in the Prem.
I don't know. I think
No, but those guys literally hate each other.
It's
like literally, like they actually don't like each other, but they so happen to be on the same team.
Why do you say that, Linda?
Because you can tell there's no chemistry. They don't give each other the ball. They are just in the same team and they have the same agenda, which is to win matches, and that's what they do. But they're not cool like that.
Yeah,
but the all-time duo is of course Rooney and Van Persie, 100%.
What?
Rooney and Van Persie.
Landlord, come on! It's like they played for 1 year. Literally, like maybe 1 year.
Okay. But
like the length doesn't matter. Huh?
The length doesn't matter, but
how long has
was that really a duo?
Doing this?
Son and Kane have been in it for maybe about 3 years. I don't know.
Yeah, but you can't count those years when they were finishing mid of the table. Come on.
Yeah, you feel
okay.
100%.
Okay, let me give you this stat. Son and Kane are still going on, right? They're still a duo. They're still playing. Amongst the duos that were put on this graphic, let me check. It's saying they've got 31 goals in the Premier League. Only one other duo is better than that record. That's Drogba and Lampard with 36. I'm sure these guys are gonna break that record like very, very soon.
Definitely.
So
for me, for me, I feel like if you say all time, for me, it just doesn't come down to statistics. It also comes down to how long have you been doing it for. So if they're consistently doing this for the next 3-4 seasons, then yes, we can do that. But for real, last season, yes, Tottenham was scoring goals, this, that, and the third, but they're not really on fire like that. This season,
I mean, 2 years ago, you wouldn't have said Son and Kane.
Yeah,
they would not even be an option.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, in January, you wouldn't have said Son, but anyway.
But I feel, no, we're all in agreement. I agree. You guys have made me see the light. I'm mostly confused most of the times. I just spew some stats, and I believe right away without getting that perspective. So I need that perspective from you guys to then understand why it's really the way you think it is. So we can move on from this Son and Kane sheet, right? Because they're actually not the best that's ever been around.
No.
Yeah, but they're on their way, though. They're on their way.
Okay, yeah, okay, they're on their way.
But
So,
the issue as well,
yes.
the issue as well, even when it comes to Son and Kane, they don't have that flair, that flamboyance, that swag that you need from a perfect duo. You get what I'm trying to say? They don't have that from Ronaldinho at all. They don't have that.
I'm not thinking about Durex over
Nah, dog. Nah, listen, like real talker. They don't have that Ronaldinho at all. You get what I'm trying to say? You remember that for years. Just scoring goals is not enough.
They're basic.
Yeah, scoring goals is not enough.
She's salty because she's just salty because she supports Chelsea.
I think that's the issue here.
Chelsea in this group? I'm not the only one.
But we're not biased.
Yeah.
When it comes
from Mumbai, there's a certain bias.
Chelsea. The only thing I said about Chelsea was Lampard and JT. Like otherwise, like I didn't mention it. Like I know we don't have
everyone here supports Chelsea. Why am I here?
Landlord is the only one who's not woke. You know, he's not part of the woke generation because he supports it. And
what team does he support?
Old historic club like
Chelsea is a political party. That's not a club.
What do you mean Chelsea is a political party?
What team does he support?
Manchester United.
Manchester United.
I see why he was not in a hurry to mention it.
Whoa, okay.
Joking.
Yeah, shots fired. Shots fired.
Yeah, shots fired. Still.
I know you guys are playing Europa, eh?
Yeah. Yes. But guys, okay, in all seriousness, let's give Landlord a chance to just maybe try to explain to me why I should believe that maybe there's hope for us now after all that has happened in the past few weeks, all that happened yesterday. Why do you think, how can Arsenal possibly move on from this with the coach that they have, who's totally a bad coach, in my opinion? My opinion is just like the wind, it changes. Last few weeks ago, I liked him, but you know, my opinion is driven on facts. The facts a few weeks ago suggested that maybe something could be done with Arteta. But right now, at the moment, I see nothing. I don't see light.
I feel you. Now, for me, I feel like Arsenal need to, as a team, you have the way you play, you have the way the board runs everything, like the culture of the club. The culture of the club of saying, we take youngsters, we don't have like really experienced players. We're building around the people that have potential. They need to move away from that. It's not working anymore. The league is now too technical. The league is now, you need people with experience. That midfield, what's his name? The small kid. I think he was number 7. What's his name?
Bukayo Saka.
That kid should go back to play League 3 or I don't know, under 21s or whatever it is. He doesn't deserve to be in the Premier League. He's not good enough.
He's literally a top 5 under 21 player.
He's not class enough. He is not class enough, trust me. He reminds me of that Chelsea player. What's the guy's name? The guy you were cursing, Nigel, on the internet. What's his name?
Tammy Abraham.
Nah. I think he's a winger.
Mount.
He's a winger. Odoi.
Winger. Yeah, he came this season. He shouldn't be playing.
Timo's a joke, man.
He's the same as that kid. Those people, they don't need to be playing in the league anymore. 100%.
I don't think you're talking about Saka. I think you're talking about
Saka.
But when you look at Arsenal, I think literally is like the brightest spot at Arsenal at the moment.
That's true.
Even
Saka. Yesterday.
Yeah.
You know what? I think people, the way people analyzing football these days is way different from the original way that people need to look at this game. Why do you say that? What's the potential? Why are you saying that is the brightest spot?
I mean, even if you look at last night's game against Tottenham, I think in the second half they had the ball. They had more of the ball. You know, they were getting in crosses. They had more touches in the opposition penalty box. But I think, every team kind of has that. You look at Chelsea, they have Mason Mount. You look at Manchester United, they have Bruno Fernandes. You look at Manchester City, they have Phil Foden. They have that neat player in those tight spots. And I think Saka does that for Arsenal to a certain extent. I think he takes people on. He can move around in those tight areas. I think he's, for his age and where we see him going, I think he's very good, and I think he fits into that Arsenal side. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Because this kid is 18 and this is his like first year in the Prem. Like,
exactly. I think he's doing really well.
Yeah.
That's the issue. That's the issue. You can't be a big club. Yeah, continue.
The problem at Arsenal for me is the creativity, right? Mm-hmm. You can't throw Saka in there and expect him at his age, at his experience level, to say, come on, carry Arsenal, basically. That's what you're saying. Yeah. You can't really do that. You can't say you will create all the chances for Aubameyang. No, you can't really do that. And it also comes down to the way I think Arsenal are playing. They don't, I mean, if you say, okay, Arsenal are going to whip in 36 crosses last night, who's going to get at the end of those crosses? Aubameyang has scored 3 or 4 headers in his Arsenal career. Nobody's, what's the point of those crosses, honestly? They had the touches in the opposition box, but I just think that the creativity, they need Ozil, if I'm being frank. They need him. Yeah. They're going to have
What position does the kid play? What position does that kid play?
Plays down the left, either left back or left wing.
For me, I feel like when I was targeting him, it wasn't literally about him, the person, but the fact that Arsenal has a reputation of getting youngsters and people that are not experienced enough to handle big boy business. Like you said, the clubs you mentioned, Bruno Fernandes, you have all these other guys, Mount and whatever. The other big clubs really do have people in these positions that are influential that can carry the game. But Arsenal keeps doing it time and again they keep bringing kids that are not good enough. Aubameyang is still the same guy, but he's just not getting those clear-cut chances anymore. But he's still that same guy. Of course, he's off form, this, that, and the third. But someone of his caliber, if he gets 5 chances, he's scoring 2. But if he gets 3 chances, he's scoring none.
Is it really about them having experienced heads, or it's about the way they're playing? I mean, they have Willian. Willian should be experienced enough, honestly. We can't say he should be able to do it. You have, obviously, Thomas got injured again last night, but he's a good addition in there. Maybe at the back, maybe you can say David Luiz. I'm not a fan of him, but yeah, he's got the experience, Yes, he has a mistake in him here and there, but he can do it, on a regular basis if they need him to. I just think it's the way they're playing. They don't really have a style, if I can say. And especially when teams like set up the way Jose Mourinho did yesterday, they can't open them up. They can't do it. It's not possible.
Creativity.
Exactly.
And creativity doesn't come literally, just doesn't come from talent. Creativity comes from being in those situations time and again, which equates to experience. So if they keep not having experience, no matter how talented you are, if you're facing one of the toughest teams and that are tactically on point, sometimes you need to be the type of person that's been in that situation before, so that you can bring the magic, you can do this, that, and the third. And for the past 4 or 5 seasons, Arsenal has not had players in vital positions that are experienced enough to do that. Or
it can come both ways. It can come both ways. They're talented players. They're talented players that do it. Mason Mount is not experienced. He's far from experienced, but
that's what I'm saying. Saka is not. When it comes to talent, Saka is not.
But guys, I have something to say. I feel a bit unfair to put that much pressure on Saka when I remember I listed down my top 5 favorite under 20, and I put Phil Foden, Saka, Odoi, Curtis Jones, Mason Greenwood. And it's like out of those 5, the only one receiving pressure in this conversation is Saka. But the rest who play for the other teams, it's like, oh, he's an amazing youngster, so much potential. But now Saka, you expect him to be 18 and carry Arsenal or make big moves in Arsenal, but you don't expect that from Curtis Jones. You don't expect that from Phil Foden. You don't expect that from Mason Greenwood. For them, they're young talents, but for Saka, he's not at that caliber to play for Arsenal. That doesn't make sense. Like, if we're going to say Saka's not at that level, you have to box the rest of the under-20s in that same box.
Because that team doesn't have someone that we can go to and say, this person needs to take responsibility. This person needs to be a leader. There's no leader in that team.
In Arsenal?
Yes.
So why is that Saka's problem? That's not the 18-year-old boy's problem.
Okay,
like,
yes, but he's the talent.
Step up and be that person.
He's the talent. He's the talent. So if you are the talent and you're given the big boy boots, you have to perform.
No, but okay, I'm going to try and defend.
I don't know.
I'm going to try and defend Landlord here. I think what he was implying was the club as a whole are actually putting the kid in this position where too much is expected of him, but they actually have someone who they're paying around 350 grand a week to sit at home.
He's chilling.
Exactly.
My man is chilling, drinking coffee like
he's on Twitter. He's watching like me.
Yeah, he's on Twitter. He's always on Twitter. And I wanted to bring this up. Speaking of Ozil and Arsenal's lack of creativity, if this match had happened 2 years ago, and they would have lost this way, and he was on the pitch, I think it was just going to be a scapegoat. Like, he's been a scapegoat for a lot of the time when it has come to Arsenal losing these big games. They were going to hammer him, but now he's not there, and the situation remains the same. So what is the solution to this? It's actually worse, exactly. They can't even beat the small teams now.
I think we should move from Arsenal.
Okay. One more question on Arsenal, guys. Yeah, okay.
Okay. I was just going to say, on the Ozil situation, I think they need to bring him back. First of all, besides what's going on at Arsenal right now, you can't pay someone 350,000 to not play. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. At least sell him, get rid of him, in the last transfer, get rid of him.
It's not easy. It's not easy because no one wants that guy. Truth be told, I had to be this guy.
I don't think so.
I don't think
club you can say no one wants Ozil.
I'm sure Juve would take him.
Not want him as in we want him, no, but want him as in willing to sacrifice that amount of money that Arsenal will require to bring him in. Of course, people would want him, but willing to sacrifice that amount of money, a club, high top class club that's willing to sacrifice for Ozil with his style of play, none.
Okay,
that's on me.
I get you, Landlord. But why not structure something like what Tottenham did with Gareth Bale, whereby maybe they can show Arsenal, if you guys really want to get rid of this guy, pay 70% of the wages, then we'll pay the remaining 30%. It would be a good deal. I don't know why Arsenal can't get rid of him. And okay, one more question on Arsenal before we move on. If Arteta loses the next game, guys, do you think he still deserves to be the coach of this team? I'm running out of excuses for him.
No, I don't think it's Arteta's fault. I think he doesn't have players. That squad is full of childish people.
Yeah.
Amen.
Are you guys
They're just childish. They just need to rejuvenation. It just needs a whole exorcism to the whole club.
So you guys are just going to keep overrating this guy just because he was sitting next to Pep Guardiola for a couple of years?
You're getting it wrong. Like, for us saying Arteta's not the problem, it's not us saying Arteta's an incredible manager,
Thank you.
We're not saying, okay, Arteta is right next to Jurgen Klopp. It's just saying he is not the sole cause of Arsenal's problems. Exactly. Like, he's not the number one reason for all the problems.
I agree with that, but I think he's actually compounding the problems. When you watch these guys play, especially now when there's no fans, right? It's been a blessing. Okay. So at least you can hear him. He's shouting every time. These players don't even have freedom. He's like, Bellerin, step with your left leg. Berlin, now use your right leg. It's like telling them everything to do. He's not even giving them freedom.
No, because they can't do it by themselves.
You have to do that.
No, but
you have to do that.
Wait.
There's no leadership.
Listen to my reasoning, guys. My reasoning is now they're taking like 4 seconds on the ball. They're so labored because when Bellerin gets the ball, he literally has to step on the ball, then look by the side, wait for Arteta's instruction before he does anything. Because it's like if he plays before he's told to do anything, he's gonna get subbed. it's like
okay, but
they're now robots.
Look, like 5 minutes ago, you were agreeing with Denzel when he was saying Arsenal doesn't have that man on the pitch. They don't have that leader. So what's wrong with Arteta being that leader off the pitch? If they don't have one on the pitch, why can't Arteta be that off the pitch?
I was agreeing.
Since you're saying Bukayo Saka is not stepping up to the position, then Arteta's being the manager and stepping up off the pitch.
No, I was agreeing with Denzel with to the fact of creativity. They're not creative enough. But I think Arteta is adding on
because they don't know what to do with the ball, so they want to be told. So what's the coach doing? He's telling niggas what to do.
All the time is spent telling them the opposition is getting back into a defensive position. They can't even counter-attack teams. They can't even, because when they get the ball, they have to literally stop for 10 seconds to get the next instruction.
Yeah, because if they play by themselves, they're going to lose the ball anyway. So it's the same
exactly. Just imagine your days leading that team. You get the ball, then Moyo is saying, "No, come on, Denzel, stop, don't play. Wait, go to the right, move to the right, now move to the left."
He was.
No, but come on, he gave you some sense of freedom to make your own decision.
Because there was leaders on the field.
Okay.
Oh, wait, I have a question. So right now you're low-key saying Arteta's being a bit too vocal. He's telling his players how to make every single move. But take it like this. What if Arteta took a step back and he was sitting back and letting them play? I feel like you then say he's not being a manager. He's just leaving them to play. He's not telling them what to do.
Yeah, you can never win.
Wait.
He was going to get criticized for both.
There's a difference.
I think the problem is Arteta has maybe a way he wants to play, right? The players themselves are not up for it. They're not at that level where you can allow them to where you can trust them. He doesn't have that trust because they can't do it.
Imagine he spent 2 years. Do you know who he had 2 years at Man City?
He was working with, the best players possibly on the planet.
Best players in the world, dog. Yeah.
So now when you go to Arsenal and you say, guys, this is how we want to play. This is how we want to play, and then you give them the games, you give them that freedom at first, and then you realize, hold on, this is terrible. This is not going how you have to be on their backs. You have to be on the back. So yes, obviously he's the manager. Fair enough. He has to take some part of the blame. Fair enough. But I think they need better quality players in there. They need.
And at this level of professional football, why the hell did Son have all that space? Did you see that even on the television, dog? There was no one near him. Like literally, there was 2 meters around him. His radius, 2 meter radius. There was no one close to him. He hit that shot when he was by himself, literally, like he's playing golf.
Tactically, yesterday, what I can say about Arteta is, okay, you're away at Tottenham, right? You know Jose Mourinho is going to let you have the ball regardless. He wants you to come onto him. No, don't do that. Do what Lampard did. Back away from him. Tell him, you come, and then we'll hit you on the counter, because he's going to destroy you on the counter, because he wants you to have the ball, and you're not going to get through him. No way. So you say, okay, fair enough. You have it. You come onto us. We're away from home. You have to play. And we're fine with the point. You're not fine with the point. So let's go. I think that's what he should have done yesterday. But yesterday he seemed like he wanted to play, and he got hurt for it. Simple.
But like, are you guys going to completely rule out? Okay, I know this is not a big factor, but it's still something. I didn't watch first half, but I watched second half and stats, and Arsenal pretty much dominated the second half in all aspects. Like, are we completely ruling that out and saying that, they didn't do anything, game plan was so off? That shows that even if they lost 2-0, they did something. So something was working, definitely.
No,
so we can't completely rule out and say, what a trash game. Like, they completely dominated.
Like what Naz is saying, like what Tunas is saying. Yes, second half, better game, better performance. They start in the third, cool. But they were putting in crosses. Lacazette is literally like 5'6". Like Aubameyang has scored 3 or 4 headers before. You keep whipping in crosses. It's not working. Let's do something else. They don't even have the mental capacity to realize that. They just keep whipping in crosses time and again.
Wait, Denzel, that's what
you
I'm
can't
saying.
do that if you're a top
That's what
club.
I'm saying.
You can't.
That's what I'm saying. They keep doing the same thing, crossing the ball all the time because they're being told to cross it. I'm sure if Bukayo Saka had tried to play a through ball yesterday, he was going to be told, get off the pitch. Because the coach is just telling him to cross it all the time. Come on, guys.
Yeah,
this coach is
I mean,
overrated.
if you look at it, Chelsea did, okay, not the whole match, but we did the same thing against Tottenham for a certain period when Reece James and Chilwell were crossing. And that's when people were like, oh, Tammy's missing a lot of shots. He's missing a lot of shots. But we kept crossing. And our only solution was to put Giroud in to get someone who might, make contact with the ball when it's crossed. So crossing does result in goals, but I think the issue is no one is finding that cross. Same way Tammy was doing when we played Tottenham. Like Reece made like 27 crosses, or I'm exaggerating.
Yeah, Tammy is taller. Tammy is way taller than...
But then they have David Luiz who can header. David Luiz was headering at Chelsea, so it's not like they only have Saka. Like Luiz should step up.
Wait, but he wasn't playing yesterday. But the thing is, for a guy like David,
did he not play?
Yeah, maybe when it comes to set pieces, yes, he might get you that odd goal. But crossing in open play all the time to a guy like Lacazette versus giants like Eric Dyer and Alderweireld, it's
imagine.
Like it doesn't work.
Yeah,
exactly.
I know Lacazette has a big head and stuff, but it's too much.
And he likes backing into man.
Yeah, he likes backing into man all the time. Lacazette should seriously leave us now. That's the last thing I've got to say about this thing.
Yeah, we won't go there again.
Yeah, I think a club like Rennes or something like that in France to take him should better go play. He's not Arsenal level.
Or Malaga.
Or Malaga, exactly. Are they even in La Liga or they're in the other division?
Violating Lacazette, guys.
No, but okay, but on a fair note, okay, if I could say something about Arsenal attacking wise, I think he actually looked like the bright spark yesterday in certain moments. But it's only because I think Arsenal only had the ball for so long because only Tottenham let them have it. So it looked like they were playing well in the second half, but it's just because Tottenham wanted them to play that way.
Yeah, I mean,
this Arsenal thing is long.
For you guys.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't want to comment too much in game because I was watching on and off. But would you guys say Arsene Wenger was a good manager at Arsenal?
Yes.
Yes, he was.
Okay, so currently Arsene Wenger and Arteta have the exact same win percentage. Like literally the exact same. Or Arteta slightly more. Like 57.2 and 57.5. So Wenger. I just want to say back to the manager thing. Like, let's not completely rule out Arteta yet because he's literally has the same percentage as Arsene Wenger. I mean, of course, you can't compare because Arsene was there for like 100 years. Exactly. So he had more games to lose. Okay, I know that. I knew someone was
and the way
that,
they play, the way they think, it's all Arsenal.
Yeah.
Everything about Arsenal is Arsenal.
Let's give Arteta a few more weeks. I would say give him till January and see what happens.
Okay, yeah. This was my question. So let's say we get to the 31st of December and Arsenal are now 17th. Maybe they won't be 18th. As Raikin said, they've got about enough to stay in the Premier League this season. That's about it. If they're 17th on the 31st of December, should Arsenal make a decision?
Should Arsenal
who are they bringing in? The big question is, who are they bringing in?
No, but
who's going to take Arsenal in 17th position?
Arsenal are cheap. So obviously, they're not going to go for the top managers. But there's a certain legend who's just become available. He's just been sacked. Patrick Vieira. So Patrick Vieira, I'm sure you would take the job. He loves Arsenal with his heart.
What is this man saying?
Arsenal is not taking a black man.
Why are you saying that? But a guy like Patrick Vieira, surely they take him.
No.
Why would Arsenal take Patrick Vieira?
Why would Arsenal take Vieira? Because he was there and he played for them and he was part of the dream team.
Wait, I'm saying, of course, if they sack Arteta, they're not going to go for a Pochettino or an Allegri because they don't like spending money.
They're definitely going to do that because they're a big club.
But they don't like spending money.
I think they'll go for Allegri, to be honest.
They have to.
I'd be very surprised.
Because United has basically claimed Poch, so the only other option is Allegri.
No, guys.
Unless they want to become a mid-table team now.
Wait, what I'm saying is Allegri would be the top choice. He would be the most able. He would be the most qualified because he's a good manager. But I'm just trying to be in Arsenal's thinking. Yeah, I'm just trying to be cheap. They're not gonna go for a guy who's good and expensive. They'd rather go for someone who's bad and cheap. Just like Arteta. Arteta is a soft appointment because one, it doesn't cost so much. If they decide to sack him tomorrow, they don't have to pay much compensation. Just imagine because when they took Arteta, Allegri was available. If you sack a guy like Allegri, you have to pay a lot of bucks to sack him. When you sack a guy like Arteta,
I don't think that's how they viewed it. I think it wasn't a money situation. For me, it was like, who has the spirit? The same way we took Ole and we took Giggs. It's just, we want to keep the spirit of the club, and these people have been with us through thick and thin, and they know what we stand for, and they have a potential. Let's do this. Not because it's a money situation.
Okay, landlord. When you say about the spirit of the club, who knows the spirit of Arsenal better than Vieira? Who knows the spirit of winning at that club more than Vieira? So they just want to get him because he's black.
He's been disconnected for time as well. He's been gone for a very long time.
Yeah.
They need someone that's experienced because they know what's going on. Like these clubs, like let's forget football for a second. These are businesses. And if a business is going down the drain, all you want to do, they know that the fans and everyone else that's invested and the investors and the sponsors and everyone, as long as they do not perform and are not of a certain caliber, these people start pulling out this, that, and the third. So they will sacrifice to get a top-class manager after 100%.
Okay,
and
so
bring in some players.
Let's wait for Allegri.
Yeah, and bring in some players.
Let's wait for Allegri because it's the only hope Arsenal have at the moment.
Or Poch.
Or Poch, yeah. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Mourinho...
but United has already claimed Poch. Like every time I speak to a United was fan, like I remember when we were like Lampard out, and I was saying, okay, we want Poch, and they're like, no, Poch has been reserved for us. Poch is for United. We're just waiting for. I'm a United fan. Like I think Poch is already at Old Trafford right now. Like they've literally claimed him. They said he's ours.
No, but they can never have Poch because whenever Ole is about to get sacked, they start winning.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Ole is never gonna go. Yeah, Ole is clutch. I want Ole to stay for about the next 5 years.
10 years.
10 years.
Yeah.
20.
Can we have a conversation that doesn't involve emotions?
Okay.
What?
Okay, guys.
Because when you're talking about Man U like this, about my team like this, I have to go hard. And if I go hard, this thing will turn into a Mazzolini.
Okay, no, let's take a break, guys. When we come back, we're going to be talking about Manchester United and the impressive comeback. I'm so sorry to talk about it, but hey, we have to give them some props. But hey,
love how we're ignoring City.
Now we'll get to City, don't worry. But next we have to talk about Manchester United, guys.
True. The best club in the world.
Let's take a break.
And the facts.
Okay, we'll start on Manchester United. We'll give our opinions first. Then landlord will bring. We'll bring the what? I think I mixed up here.
The facts.
We'll bring the opinion. You bring the facts. Okay, it's fine.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be so hard because you're not objective when it comes to Manchester United. You love them.
Nah, you know me. I never put my feelings over logic. I'm not that guy.
Let's see. I expected West Ham to do better though. That's just my feeling. I don't know if you guys watched the game. They had a couple of chances and I really wanted them to score before you guys got back into the game. I mean, Jared Bowen missed like
that dude.
Goal.
Like, the one who fell, like the one I put on my Instagram story. I don't know his name. The one who tripped right before making it 2-0.
Yeah.
That guy messed it up. If he had like somehow stayed on his feet, it was gonna be 2-0 and the game was gonna change completely.
I remember.
But that guy pissed me off. The one who tripped, on air.
If I'm to say something about Manchester United, it's just Bruno Fernandes. Nothing else.
That's true.
Nothing else. When I look at that team, I just think Bruno Fernandes.
United, honestly, when I think United, I think one-man team.
He's at a certain level. I'm not saying the players are bad, because clearly them guys, Marcus Rashford, Anthony Martial, Mason Greenwood, and they've got some talent. Paul Pogba's got some talent. But when it comes to the to the total package, the leadership and everything, Bruno Fernandes for me is just the man. When I'm thinking about United, right, I just see Bruno Fernandes. He's just the guy for me. He does it all. It's the total package. He's the face of the franchise, like Pulisic.
Pulisic, Captain America.
Yeah, I just think Bruno just has a tendency of wanting to be in charge. You know, he's that guy. When he gets on the field, I'm here, everybody's here to watch me, so I'm going to take this game. You know, that's just how he is. And the first half, though, against West Ham, Manchester United looked flat. Pogba looked flat. I mean, obviously Bruno's not there. You expect Pogba to be the one to get the job done, but he looked flat.
But it's not that good though. He's not as good as Fernandes though. He's not
on the same level.
Look at this guy. He's trying to trigger me to go berserk.
I just think Pogba, I don't know, maybe because I thought he was going to, you know, since he got his chance to play in the position that he says, you know, I want to play, and the way Bruno Fernandes plays, he didn't look like that guy. And like what we were saying the other time, I think it's just his character. He's not the guy that's going to grab the game and say, oh, I'm going to run this game. No, he's not going to do that. He's going to have one or two passes where he's going to pin a 30, 40-yard pass. And, you know, if it goes on to be a goal, it's a goal. I think he's just that guy. So, yeah, but first half was very bad. Second half, obviously, he brings on Rashford and Bruno. And you know what's going to happen from then on. It's going to be a Manchester United show.
Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. Basically, when it comes to Bruno, that's what I was saying. Like, it's about the culture of the club. When we got Bruno, we knew what we're getting ourselves into. We're not looking at potential and talent. We're looking at the heart as well. You feel me? So that's a very, very, very powerful signing. And yes, he's been carrying us for the past few games, 100%. I feel.
Past few
months. Carrying us since he came. Okay, last few months. 100%.
I know, 12 months. He came in January.
Exactly.
So what I'm saying here is the situation with Pogba and these other guys, it's that they've been through so much in the past 2-3 years. These people that have been there with the club and with the whole system, changing coaches and whatever. But Bruno came in, it's been one coach, he came in with an agenda, this, that, and the third, right? When it comes to Pogba playing that position he played during the weekend, if you have not played that position in a long time and if you have been on the bench and whatever, it's also psychological.
Get out. Leave this room. You can't say that about Pogba. You can't say that about Pogba.
Listen.
You can't say no.
Listen.
You can't give that excuse for Pogba.
My issue is, yes, we might have put him on a pedestal that he is not at yet. Or he might never get to.
Yeah, yet is a wrong statement because I think he's already 27, turning 28 soon. I don't think he's young.
He's not young. However, this league is very different from all the other leagues. Trust me, if he goes to Madrid right now, if he goes to PSG right now, he's going to be a completely different player. And in those leagues, he's going to dominate.
Obviously.
However, when he came back now, the style of play that he learned under the legends like Pirlo, whoever, and however he was playing, he came back with that mentality and with that talent. However, the transition wasn't smooth enough because the league had changed. The football here, like we said, it has no room for creative players. That's why Ozil is not performing. That's why people like Silva ended up leaving. The only person that has art that can still perform at that level is KDB. But it's very hard to come and play that style of football in English because they literally learn football. It's not about talent anymore. They sit in class during their training sessions. They sit in class, and if it's like that, and if you have 4 people that are marking you, no matter who you are, you're not going to do shit.
Nigel says it's
David Silva ran the league for so long. You can't even put his name. He ran this thing for so long.
Yeah, he ran this thing
and he was doing exactly that. Phil Foden is doing exactly that.
So you can't. Phil Foden. Phil is not. He's not that guy. He's not that guy.
He's doing that.
He's not doing anything.
I agree with Nigel. Phil Foden he's a baller right now.
Okay, Lendl, I've got this question for you. When you say you can't dominate games in this league, what frustrates me most about Pogba is he gives you these small flashes. I remember one game. That game, I think that was 10 out of 10 Pogba. I think it's about 3 years ago now. When United played City at City. If City won that game...
That second half.
If City won that game, they'd win the league. I don't know if you remember Paul Pogba's second half. That was like a 10 out of 10 performance from Pogba. He just showed everyone that he's the guy. Okay, he acted like the guy for at least 45 minutes. I'm not asking that from him all the time. He should give me just 70% of that on a consistent basis. I'm sure he'd be the best player at Manchester United. But how can we talk about a guy who's as talented as Pogba, who came in 2016, I think? It's now 2024 years. And I can solely remember just one performance, just 145 minutes from that guy, where he was like just brilliant. I don't remember any other performance.
If you're taking it from that, if you take it from that angle, it's very subjective and it's very wrong. What we can do is we can take out stats now. This is the time where we take out stats. If you look at the stats, the number of chances he has created and whatever, he's been the best player for those 4 years that he has not reached his pinnacle. But he's been our best player, and we've been number 2 twice, I think, in those 4 years. Am I wrong?
You were number 2 once.
Because
that's the time you were
who did you have in
Mourinho,
midfield?
Number 2 with Mourinho. When
who did you have in your midfield that you can say is anywhere near Pogba's level for those 4 years?
What do you mean? Who did we have?
You said he's the best player.
He was the guy. We are not supposed to.
Yes, because he had to. He didn't have a choice.
So you can't complain. You can't say someone is not performing when the stats are saying he's performing. The stats are
saying
saying
he's assisting.
Okay. Maybe
what was his best season assistant? What was his best assist season?
That's what I'm saying. Naz, can you pull up the stats for us, please?
Okay, let me
check the stats.
Yeah, pull up the stats for us.
I need the stats because you're throwing things out there, fam.
I'm not throwing things out there, fam. I'm just speaking literally. These are facts. The past 4 seasons, has he been the best player in the world? No. Has he been close to KDB? No. However, has he provided and made this club still maintain its stature of being Manchester United?
His best.
Oh, that's David De Gea.
Yeah, his best assist season.
His best assist season was 2017-2018 with 10 assists.
And how many goals?
Get him out of here.
He had 6
Pogba.
goals. 6 goals, 10 assists.
Get him out of this chat.
2017-2018.
You should go.
The problem with me and Pogba is, Leonard, let me say this.
Yeah.
He doesn't give me that feeling. He doesn't give me that feeling I get from Bruno. You know, when I see Bruno, I don't support Manchester United, but I feel safe. I would like to think that a Manchester United fan feels safe when Bruno is on that pitch. You just sit back and just wait for him to produce. When it's Pogba, it's just like, okay, this game, he gives you a 10 out of 10.
You don't know what you're getting on that game.
Yeah, he gives you a 10 out of 10 today. Then he goes for a stretch of like 6 or 7 games. He's just giving you stinkers. Then he comes back, he gives you another great game, then stinkers. You know, it's a cycle.
That's what I'm saying. And we have had this issue up. Which position is he like very effective at?
Nah.
But you can't tell me you've been having this conversation for 4 years on which position is he most effective.
Where did he play at Juventus? When he was right next to Pirlo. Where did Pirlo play?
He was higher than him.
Okay.
But you can't.
Pirlo was higher than Pogba.
Okay, what I'm saying
playing higher than Pogba.
What I will say is
no, he wasn't.
When I look at a guy like Pogba and his talents and everything, it seems like it all comes together when he's surrounded by some great players around him. So
exactly.
can I say this?
Which is very okay to be that player.
I'm not. Wait. Then if he's at Juventus and he's surrounded by these good players, when United buy him, so I would trying to say it's United's mistake where they buy him and say, you're gonna come here and we've got shit around us, but then you're gonna be a Steven Gerrard where you play with broomsticks. Steven Gerrard could play with 10 broomsticks, and Liverpool would make the top 4.
Look,
something like that.
Look, here's the thing.
That's true.
Here's the thing. You can't say that because, okay, if you're saying he's such a good player, then he needs to show, regardless, he's got 10 broomsticks. Okay, I don't like Steven Gerrard, but he had 10 broomsticks and he showed he was a great player all the time.
Saying.
You understand what I'm saying?
Different players. Then there's players like Ozil. Ozil, we all know what Ozil is capable of, dog. But if he's not surrounded by people that are hardworking because he doesn't want to mark, he's not going to give you that. There's just players like that. We need to admit we need to get to a point where we say there is players that are exceptionally good, that are world-class, but they cannot be world-class if they are not surrounded by people that are world-class as well.
So are we saying that Pogba is talented but is not a leader?
No, we're saying Pogba is talented. However, when it comes to on the pitch, technically, he needs help for him to be the person he has to be. He cannot be that guy by himself, not leadership-wise, but technical ability, his ability as a football player.
Okay.
He needs. Did you see what he did at the World Cup? Why? Because he had Kante running up and down like a monkey.
World Cup, he's playing against eggs, fam. He's playing against man.
But still, he still performed. Why? Because he had a great player. There's players that are great players, that are good players, that are marvelous. However, these players need to be accompanied or need to be besides players that are great as well for them to shine.
Are you saying this for every player, or you mean it depends on the player?
For every player. I gave Ozil as another example.
Yeah, let me look for another example. Shine with. Wait, you're saying every player needs to be accompanied by good teammates for him to shine?
No, I'm not saying every player. I'm
saying
say
what you mean.
Okay.
So you're telling me
world-class players. Listen, let me say my statement, then we'll take it from there. There are world-class players out there that are very good at what they do. However, they can only accomplish that good and world-class ability if they are surrounded by world-class or above average players. Because they cannot do it by themselves.
Manchester United is above average players. You can't say Manchester United players are terrible players.
Yeah,
they're not terrible, but they're not at that level that will allow Pogba to perform at his level.
So you're saying he needs to be surrounded by world-class players?
He needs to be surrounded by. He needs that.
Okay, but if he needs world-class players around him, that means we're overrating him way too much.
Exactly.
Yes.
Like that's basically saying, okay, guys, we need to give Pogba the best 11 in the world for him to play well. If you give him the people in the 30s, right? In the 30s, he's not going to play. He's overrated. Like that means he's overrated. That's basically what you're saying.
What I'm saying is, I might agree with you. Yes, he is overrated, but people that say he's overrated and then he's not world-class, they're capping, they don't know football. You can be world-class and be overrated as well. That's a thing.
Is Pogba world-class? Is Pogba world-class at the moment? No.
Is Pogba a world-class player, period? Yes, he is. Is Pogba playing at a world-class level at the moment? No, he is not.
Do you know what I realized?
Has he played at a world-class level?
People put Pogba at a higher caliber just because of how much he costs. That's the truth. If Pogba was a $60 million player, you are not going to be saying this. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
If United got Pogba for $60 million, you're not going to be talking about world class. You're saying world class because you're saying he's over $100 million. That's the truth.
Exactly.
Let's get back again. We'll go back to the system. In everything that we do on this earth, on this planet, there's a system. The system now, like Mourinho was saying, it allows players like Maguire to be 80 million. You feel me? So it's not about the price tag. It's about the whole situation surrounding what that player is dealing with, right? Fernandes.
Okay, wait. Can I ask you something?
But you guys are walking around saying Maguire is world class.
Okay. So this
Who
is for goalkeeper prices. Wait.
You Manchester United fans.
No.
Okay.
Right,
I have a question. Yeah. So you're saying price tag matters, right? That's the world we live in, right?
No, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
It's not a money thing.
Wait. Is Kepa a world-class goalkeeper?
No, he's not.
Okay, but the man was expensive for a goalkeeper. That's 80 million on the bench, right?
That's what I'm saying. It's the culture now. I'll give an example that we can all relate to. An analogy, that's not football. If there's music, right? I'll give an example of music. If there's music and there's Drake, if Drake drops today, right? We all know the numbers that Drake put up or every other time. People are just going to listen because it's Drake. That's just basically that. That's just how it works. But however, when it comes to football, just because you're Pogba doesn't mean that you're going to perform.
But he has to.
Yes, he
You
has
have to. You cost 100 million. You have to.
That's
Pepe
not
costs
the issue.
75 million.
That
You
doesn't
have to
we can't-
play at a world-class level.
That's what I'm saying. You can't use money these days. Coaches are telling you, the system is
You
telling you
have
cannot use
to.
someone's price tag to say that's the amount of talent they have.
Chelsea.
It's marketing. It's a fucking business.
Okay, so wait.
It doesn't matter.
Wait. I have a question.
You have to.
Can't use, wait. You're saying that you can't use money. So if you guys had gotten Pogba for 10 million, would you still be saying he's world class?
Yes, we're talking about his ability. Can we not mix the talent?
No, but look.
What I'm saying is there's a system. What I'm trying to get through your heads, guys. There is a system. We have a system here. So the system doesn't align. It's not directly proportional that the higher you cost, the better you are. No. The higher you are marketed, how much brands like you, what kind of player are you? Neymar doesn't value. Neymar doesn't cost.
Listen,
His cost is not what is. Listen, Neymar's cost is not what he brings on the pitch. Neymar's cost is the brand. He has Nike, he has this, that, he has that.
Fair
so
enough.
he can cost 200 million, but don't expect him to play at a 200 million level.
Fair
Pogba
enough.
has
I understand
charisma.
what you're saying.
Pogba is a product. He's a business. He's a business.
Fair enough. I understand. I understand what you're saying.
That 100 million was not only for his performance on the pitch. That 100 million was for Adidas. That 100 million was for.
It doesn't matter. Listen to what I'm saying.
Brands.
Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Neymar costs 200 million, right? Neymar costs 200 million. Fair enough. He comes with the packaging, the brand. Oh, you guys are going to sell this much T-shirts. Fair enough.
Yes.
But they're not paying 200 million just for that. The club is not. PSG is not paying 200 million just for that. They want a Champions League. They want a Champions League from Neymar.
No.
Am I lying, Tinashe?
No.
But landlord, wait. I understand the whole marketing aspect and the off the field package. Pogba does bring that. So yeah, you obviously will cost a lot. But he also has to perform at some point. Look at a guy like Neymar. If you look at his record at PSG, he has performed. This guy has performed.
Yeah.
I don't know if you telling me Neymar has performed at a level of 200 million or 100 million or however much you are.
No, I'm not saying 200 million, but at least closer to that than Pogba is closer to his price.
He has not. Check his stats. He has not scored more than 30
Okay, wait. I have something to say that's like not with Neymar and stuff. Okay, confirm you said, so Pogba, you didn't only get him for performance, you got him for a brand, right?
Yes.
So why when like you ask people, okay, Pogba needs to leave, why is it United people say, and a lot of football fans say, no one's going to take Pogba for that much money? Other teams also want a brand, so why didn't they take him then? Because he's such a big brand.
Madrid will take him.
They're not going to take him because he's not performing, right? People are not going to take
Nobody's buying Pogba for nobody's buying Pogba for that amount. Manchester United paid at this time. No one.
Listen to me.
Exactly.
Pogba is leaving in January. Pogba is leaving in January and he's leaving for a huge amount of money.
Now this is a good story. This is a good story. Where is he going?
He's not leaving for the same amount.
He's going to Madrid.
Give us possible destinations. He's going to Madrid.
And it's confirmed already.
Fair enough. They might actually
I've got backwards information. My man is going January. He's out.
They might need him because they are actually struggling as well. Yeah, they might need him. Okay, so I think
what you need to understand, we have Real Madrid and Manchester United. These are the two biggest clubs in the world. Why are they the biggest clubs in the world? The Real Madrid, because it was a showmanship. When Real Madrid was winning Champions League with Zidane, Robinho, Beckham, Raúl, Gonzalez, that, it wasn't because they want to win the league. No, they were business-minded first. Yes, this came with the package. Yeah, we won the Champions League and it helps with the branding as well and our value, this, that, and the third. But mainly they spotted that very quick early in the game. This thing is not about football anymore. Yes, we love football. Yes, this, that, and the third. But the world is changing. It's getting into, we're going to have the internet. We're going to have all these things that are coming. So these players bring more to the club than just what they're doing on the pitch for 90 minutes.
I understand that,
so
but
what do we do? It's very important for you to understand how much this
has to be.
value.
Look, it has to be a good mix, though. Look, if you take Ronaldo, Messi, Neymar, all your big 11, and you put them in the Premier League, and you make that a team, just because it's going to be great for marketing, it's going to blow up. If they're number 19 on the log, it doesn't mean shit. You know that.
It does
if they're
mean
going to
shit,
be at the bottom of the table,
these people are owned by it's not they don't play for us. You know that they don't play for us fans, right? These people have bought, and there's people that get rich from these are businesses.
Can't tell me someone has bought for 100 million so they can just sell t-shirts. That's not
okay. Wait. What I'm saying,
Nigel, you're not taking it literally. I'm not saying that's the only reason that
he has to perform. So Pogba has to perform. He has to perform.
He's been performing.
Get out of here, man.
Not at his level.
Been performing.
He's been performing, but not at the level that we expect. But he's been performing.
Okay, now
he had 10 assists his best season.
We're number 2 that season. We're number 2.
Okay, he had 10 assists.
My question is
come on, man.
Okay, no, that's fine. My question is,
were you number 2?
If Pogba,
yes.
If Pogba leaves in January, like you're saying, he's going to leave. When we look back at this period where he was at the club, can we call it a success? Can we call this Paul Pogba signing a success?
From a fan's perspective.
Never.
Yeah, from a fan's perspective. Because from a
fan's perspective, no. But if I was in the boardroom and what the deals that he did with Adidas, what he did with this, that, and the third, and everything, all this money that he has brought in, do you know that he's probably bringing more money from these Instagram brands and whatever than the pay he's getting at work? Do you know that?
I know. I'm
not here to sit around and talk about branding.
I get all that.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I'm talking about football. I'm talking about football on the pitch. No,
I get all that.
I'm saying,
simple.
It's deeper than that. You can't just look at it like that.
Okay,
anymore.
it's deeper than that, but that's not what we're talking about. It's deeper than that, but that's not what we're talking about. That's not what we're talking about, though.
I get all that, but when I look at a guy like Pogba, I understand all the marketing is done. It's all great.
Yeah.
I think it's a positive for United, yes. But at some point, I was of the thinking that in this period that you had Paul Pogba, at least maybe, not a Champions League. I think Manchester United are so far away from that. But at least one league title in this period that he was at United, I was expecting that. From a perspective.
I'll tell you the truth. Like I told you before.
You're not about to say this. Don't say this. I don't put you guys brought in Di Maria, Ibrahimovic. You guys were shouting here.
Listen.
So don't say you didn't expect a league title. Don't say it.
No,
don't
I'm not
say
saying
it.
that. I'm saying what I'm saying is I didn't think that Pogba would literally change our world around and would be Hail Mary and everything. No, I did not. But did I think that with Di Maria, with what this Zlatan and whoever, did I think that we would win? Yes, I did, but not because solely we have Pogba. Nah, never in a million years. Because he's not that type of, even when he was at Juve, he's not a player that can do things like that to make you win the league. He is a player that can contribute to winning the league, but he's not a player that can win you the league.
Wasn't there moments in time when they had all of them, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, and our coach was shit. And the coach was shit.
But you wanted the league.
And we expected to win, not because of Pogba. The question was because of Pogba. The question was, did you think that in this 4-year period with Pogba, were you going to win? Not with Pogba. Pogba was not that guy.
Okay, so I'm not trying to blame Paul Pogba. So this goes back to the Manchester United board. Of course, financially, off the field, they do brilliantly. But at some point, when you get a guy like Pogba, you bring him in. I'm sure they were supposed to surround him with enough talent in that 4-year period for you guys to challenge at least maybe once. Because even the year you guys came second, I don't think we can even call you challengers because the gap was 19 points or 20 points.
You see, which is why we go back to that nigga, what's his name? Woodward. That's his name, right?
Yeah.
If we're not been complaining about him for the past 3 years, because he's making business decisions in there, he's not making football decisions. So it's way deeper than us and way deeper than, Pogba, he's not world class enough. It's way deeper. We are just a small percentage contribution factor to what the hell is going on. It's way deeper than us. It's way deeper than that. You feel me? That's why we have been complaining about that Woodward.
If you buy someone for 100 million, you're expecting something from someone for 100 million. You can't tell me you're expecting
You're expecting to return that. It's a business. You're expecting to return that 100 million.
Yeah, but you're expecting to win something.
That's Woodward's mindset. He doesn't care.
I'm not talking about your mindset.
Talking about the fans' mindset.
Okay.
If fans' mindset, I wouldn't think that Pogba will make us win the league by himself. That's why I want us to have players
I'm not talking
around
about Pogba.
Okay, I understand.
Yeah.
So from this, landlord, you just frankly saying that for the next, I don't know how many years Woodward is going to be running that club, you guys are just fucked.
Yes, 100%.
You don't expect this club to challenge in the near future as long as Ed Woodward is around?
No.
Okay. No, this has been a great conclusion.
We challenge for anything, or we're talking about the league? So like all four trophies, you're not winning one.
No, the league and the Champions League, maybe an FA Cup.
Not even Carabao Cup.
Maybe FA Cup. We can challenge for FA Cup in 3 years' time.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on. I
can't believe I'm going to sit here on this podcast and say all of this.
Yeah, it's time to move on. Landlord, I'm going to give you the first chance to talk about this.
Chelsea.
Yes.
It's a very, 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 very.
Okay, I'll give you a question. Olivier Giroud. What have you got to say? What have you got to say about Olivier Giroud? Isn't this supposed to be simple? If it's supposed to be simple, Olivier Giroud over Tammy Abraham in the league for Chelsea.
Nah, you can't do that.
Why not?
You can't do that, man. You can't do that because Olivier Giroud, he has experience. He's a good striker. He's been in the league for time. He knows the pockets. He knows how to position himself. But Tammy is a youngster. He's a different breed. He's more hungry than Giroud. However, Giroud did have a good game and he performed very well. And he always does that, even for Arsenal, even for France. He always does that. We know that he brings that to the table. That's why Chelsea got him. You feel me? But he's not the guy to be putting in the week in, week out. No, he's not that guy anymore.
Nigel.
Especially with that type of play that you guys have with Mount and Pulisic. Those are very creative superstars. Those guys are just different.
That's more of a reason to have him in there. But anyway, I just
think he holds the ball. Those guys are fast players.
That's his job. That's why.
Yeah, but those guys are fast players, so they need to tell me more than Giroud.
Who's this?
How does Giroud fit in France?
Huh?
That's his purpose. To get. He's supposed to hold the ball. When the ball goes long, he's supposed to hold it and bring in these guys. His purpose is not to play with these guys.
Do you guys
play
long?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you guys play long?
Oh.
No way, Denzo. Landlord.
Come on, man. Why are you acting like you don't watch football?
Landlord, even when
you are always acting like you don't watch football.
Wait, guys.
You guys play long.
Wait,
you guys play.
Guys, my thing is this. Even when we play short, right? It's just that reference point.
Exactly.
Because his passing is also very, very good. If you've noticed, he does all these little tricks, flicks, and everything. And with a guy like Werner, I'm sure if you get the ball into Giroud quick enough, he can be able to release a guy like Timo Werner in behind and stuff like that. I don't know if you get where I'm coming from, Landlord.
I hear you. But for me personally, this Tammy guy, beginning of the season, he was on fire. You feel me? He was scoring every game, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. He was scoring every game.
Yes,
and he gets into pockets. This season. Was he not scoring every game this season? Without the fans and stuff. I remember watching the highlights of him scoring every other game.
Yeah,
was it this season or last season?
Every other game.
Yeah, he scored a bit, yeah.
Yeah. So his positioning, his stature, he's a traditional, what can I say? He's that striker that you want as compared to Giroud with the type of players that you guys have. That's my opinion.
Nah.
I have to disagree.
He might miss chances. He's too young.
As a Chelsea fan, I disagree. For what I want from my team and what I've seen so far, Giroud is a better fit.
Fair
and
enough.
If you're going to talk about stature and stuff like that, they're pretty much the same. Aren't they like the same height? And like, so stature is not
but their style of play is different. Their style of play is different.
But Giroud's style of play is clearly fitting Chelsea's current style of play more than Tammy's is.
Okay, I've got a question
but
for
you. Why are people guessed about Giroud? Is it because of the last game or is it because of a number of performances?
I've always wanted him to start over Tammy ever since Tammy started for Chelsea. But my question, okay, let's move on from this. My question for landlord, I posed this question to these two, and they laughed at me. Who is the face of Chelsea? When you're thinking of Chelsea,
Oh my God.
the potential, the future
We
of
answered
the
this,
field,
though.
the marketing, who do you see
should
as
do
the
that.
guy for Chelsea?
It's very hard to tell when it comes to Chelsea.
I can give you a hint.
You just want him to say what you think.
But it's obvious,
Give me a
though.
hint. Oh,
It's not obvious. It's really
The club-
Chelsea. It's not obvious.
The club is sponsored by Nike or Nike. It's what's the correct pronunciation?
Whatever you
Whatever
want.
goes.
It's Nike, right?
Nike, whatever.
Yeah, the Nike thing I think is just for slay queens and everything. It's Nike. Nike, this is an American brand. We've got a really, really good American player. He's very marketable. And you know how America gonna start pouring those greens when we make an American the face of the team.
Nah, he's not that guy.
Come on, what do you no, man. Look at that
He
potential.
doesn't. He
How
doesn't.
you wanted one answer and that
He has
answer you didn't get.
He has the talent and everything, but he lacks the charisma. He lacks the if you're that guy, you can tell this guy is that
He doesn't
guy.
have that swag, you know.
No, but he's getting
he
there.
doesn't
Wait,
look
guys,
at
he's
that.
getting there.
Like even the way he talks, come on, even the way he talks, he's like, "Hi guys, yeah, I think today
No,
was
but
a
that's
very
his
good-"
American
He doesn't have
accent,
that, like,
guys. That's
he
his
doesn't
American
have that
accent.
what Pogba has, you know.
Do you expect him
Even
to speak like a Mount in a posh London accent? Like, I'm
No,
gonna have
it's
some
not even
tea.
about accent or like words. It's just something you have or you don't have, you know.
Yeah,
Wait,
you
but-
need to
Yeah,
have that.
even like
No,
Lingardino
wait.
has it.
Wait, guys. I'm gonna go back to Landon on this because he watches some American sport here and there. When you've got a guy like that, especially in American sport like basketball and everything, who's just so grounded, who is reliable, that's even the more reason to pour money into him. Because he's never gonna damage your brand. He's never gonna have any issues, maybe off field, and stuff like that. He's perfect.
I'm going to correct
But
you.
sometimes
I'm going to correct you.
controversy is good for there can be good controversy.
All the
If you
guys
think about
that
it.
you
I'm
know
not
from
talking about
America,
go and do like crazy things, but like if you're always in the spotlight,
all the guys that you know from America that have been the face of anything have got the charisma. They're well spoken. They have this thing about them that you can tell that this is the guy. Mike Tyson, Floyd Mayweather, Tiger Woods, LeBron, all these guys, they are well spoken and you can feel their presence. That guy is a humble kid. Let him be a humble kid. Let him be talented.
Don't worry, we're going to come back.
The stats, but he's
we're
not
going to come back a few years
know,
from this. Then you guys are going to be telling me different. This kid
no,
is everything.
Do you know who has the charisma, the swag about them? Odoi has that.
I was gonna say
but he's not talented
I
enough.
But he's not talented enough.
I was gonna say
he's not talented enough. But he does
got it. You got it.
Okay, this is just gonna be me and my coach Frank Lampard. We know what we're doing. We told this kid, grab that number 10 shirt. It's gonna make you even more marketable. You're American. We've got Nike. This kid is going places.
Don't even put.
And I think
wait. You know Lampard will pick Mason over Christian. You know 100%.
That. Wait. And I'm getting to this as well.
Mason is a bowler.
I think he's just
Mason is Frank Lampard Jr., man.
Wait, I think he's also just been appointed the captain of that American team. It's not as good, but if it makes a World Cup with that guy with the armband, it's just gonna be more money. His face is gonna be everywhere. That guy is so
he's obviously gonna be marketable.
That good looking.
Yes, that's the thing, but he's just so marketable. His nationality and everything. Come on, guys.
Not even that good looking.
This kid is the best soccer player from America ever. So they just have to pour greens into him. Because
he's American, so obviously.
Yeah.
Yo, Naz, relax your teeth. No one is pouring greens into anyone. The Chelsea team, we have Mason, we have who else? Even Kante has a better charisma than that.
Remember I said
come
Kante
on, guys.
Come
on, guys.
No.
I was like, Kante is more Chelsea right now. Like, if you think Chelsea, you think Kante. Like,
exactly.
Now, for me, if I think Chelsea, like
Kante.
Even the presence, you see what Van Dijk is to Liverpool. I think Zuma is that to you guys.
Yeah, he's got a bit
I
of.
said Zuma last time.
I
and
remember.
You disagreed with me.
No, I remember, but no.
Zuma is
I said Zuma, and you guys laughed at me.
Zuma's got some potential, guys, but
Zuma is a leader.
At the end of the day,
he's that guy who will sacrifice to get his leg broken and save the team.
Yeah.
And still stand up and be by the sidelines.
Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. I'll give you guys a bit of time. My guy was injured. Give him a run of games. You're gonna be saying different in a couple of months.
But wait,
because this team is Pulisic.
No, but are we talking Pulisic now, or we're talking Pulisic in 3 years? Because there's a difference. If we talk about the face of Chelsea now, and if we talk about the face of Chelsea in 5 years, it's two different answers.
I'm talking about the future. Of course, at the moment, he's not that, but he's the guy for, if we keep him for the next 6 years, he's going to be the guy for most of the time.
Yeah, maybe then, yeah.
Nah, I still don't think so. I still don't think these young kids that are coming up with swag and charisma, and they carry themselves very well.
I think Kai has a bit of swag, you know. I think Kai
he's okay. Guy. He's okay. Yeah.
Kai, I just think he's too quiet. Like, he literally doesn't speak.
And he loses the ball for no good reason.
Okay.
There was a stat that
I can lose the ball 65 times. Do you know that?
I'll be honest. With you. Like,
if
I were to make the lineup, I would not start Kai. If we're gonna look at midfielders, I give it to Kante, Kovacic, and Mount. I would not make it Kante, Mount, and Havertz. I don't like Havertz starting, to be honest.
I agree with you. I actually agree with you, because the stat is saying that Kai is losing the ball twice as much as any other Chelsea teammate.
That's a lot.
Yeah, just gives it away. So Leeds, there you go, have it. And we're running out of time, Nigel. We're running out of time.
That's the prize with these attacking players, I think. I think they're bound to, especially these guys that want to be very creative and play really tight passes.
It comes with that.
Those kind of, you have to lose the ball.
True.
Okay, no, that has been it for this week. Thank you guys for tuning in. Remember to go and listen to the Stay Awake podcast. That's Landlord's item. It's great. If Nigel had an item, I'd also give it to you.
Before we go, before we go, I heard you talking reckless on one of these episodes. They say, "Oh, with the best content on Apple Music." Fam, you're not that guy.
We're the best. Okay, goodbye, guys. It was nice.
We're not that guy.
Thank you for watching TK Sports. For more awesome content from this channel, please subscribe. And also, engage with us on our social media platforms down in the description below.